Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you check out the last video because we got the 79 Bronco finally running for the very first time. I mentioned at the end of the last video, I'm wiring all my harnesses. So there's all new sockets for all the lights. Everything's been rewired. New ground, all the sockets are new. Nice lights, marker lights. This is gonna be the blinker, I think, too. I just don't have my wheel in right now. I can't believe this harness is like working this well so far. So it's all front's all good. Now the rear we haven't got to yet. I'm wiring it. The harness is basically ready, but it's just the fact that my quarter panels are so shot. I don't really want the wires in there while I'm repairing that. So we're gonna hold off on the rear for now, but we're gonna get all the wiring done for it. What we're gonna do for now is I need to rebuild the heater core. You can see this is supposed to go to the heater core, and this one here is supposed to go to the heater core. I'm just gonna plug them. So I'm just gonna put a bolt in it, tightly fit, make sure it's tight. We can put coolant in it, tighten all our hoses and stuff, check everything over, put some fluid in here, and then we're good to run it for a long time. Because right now I don't have coolant and I don't have power steering fluid. But other than that, we can run it. So once we do that, we're gonna let it run for like a few minutes, see how she goes. We also need to get the gas into the actual fuel tank and get that running properly too. Right now it's just all temporary, just to see what we can do here. But yeah, Albert needs to come back. He still has to wire in the fuse box that I bought and stuff, so he'll be coming back soon to do all that. But look at this thing. We have working lights. I hit up a junkyard, guys, super close to my house, awesome spot. Picked these two. Now here's mine, and I was gonna weld to it and make it stronger. You can see super thin. I can actually bend it with my hand, which means it's not gonna hold a seat. So that is good. Now we got this one, which is the same, and this one is literally got way more metal there. As you can see, I can't bend it. And I got these pieces. I'm just gonna shine this all up, and we got the springs as well and the hardware, and now I can put my bench seat back in. So guys, I did a quick little haul to Lordco, got the coolant, got the power steering fluid, and I got my overflow hose for the rad here. That's basically it for the whole coolant system. As you can see, blocked these off. I put them in, they're super tight as is, and then I clamped them like crazy. Clamped them there. So we should be good to not lose any coolant out of there. But I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this hose on here, throw all our fluids in, and see how it goes. I'm just gonna double check these, make sure these are all tight. So this is ready to go in, but I figured what I might as well do right now is take the whole dash out, because this is gonna need a paint job anyways, and we're gonna have to fiddle with all the wiring. So there's only a few things that have to come out extra, but I also need to change the dash pad. I have a nice one that's gonna go right on top. So I'm gonna take the whole dash off right now. It should be pretty simple, guys. I mean, it's gonna have to come out at some point. I know I wanna drive so I can drive it without the dash too, just to test drive it. But I need to paint some stuff. We might as well do this now. I'm probably just gonna paint this a black, keep the trims and stuff. But look at all this, like all these holes. I'm just gonna smooth them out and then just paint it. I think it's just good to do now. You guys can see in there, it's just greasy. So take her out, clean it all up. So you can see how beat this thing is, man. It's not that beat to the point where I can't use it, but you can see like this, just use a nice fresh paint job. Some rust coming on the side, but not through, so that's good to surface. So if you guys are doing this, there's gonna be a bolt here, a bolt right there that goes to the e-brake holder, a bolt on this side, and those screws up top behind the dash pad. So super easy to take off, and then you just gotta use a screwdriver, unscrew your lights, unscrew your wipers, unscrew your ignition, then there's just some plugs behind that you can just pop off as you take it out. But yeah, this has been a long time coming just to pop this guy out. You can see she is rusty, so I don't even know how a dash manages to get this rusty. Like, to me, that's just insane. So I'm just gonna give this thing a nice fresh paint job. It's good enough for me. Kind of scrape off all the rust, obviously. Like all this, I'll sand it down and then give it a paint job. Yeah, this is just looking like surface for the most part, but we'll make sure that's just surface. If it gets too bad, we might be looking for another one, which will be a pain. But I think we're good. All right, everybody, completely stripped down to nothing. All the stuff we took out is over here. Started sanding this. This is all for that. Here's the trim pieces. Those came off mint, which is awesome. So we can use those again. Been sanding this down. I'm just trying to do a good job. I don't really want to ever take this out again. So all these holes that this guy put those like auxiliary switches in, I had some extra like hole fixing stuff. Hot glued it to the back. I'll show you guys what I did paint so far. You can see it looks like poo-poo, but that's because that's going to be covered by the Ranger thing. So I knew that. So this is the Ranger trim piece, and that'll cover basically that line. So I knew that it would look bad underneath, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be permanently covered. I did all of this stuff, sanded it all down as best I could. Everything is going to be black. So I'm excited, guys. We just got to keep going here. It's a bit of a mind-numbing experience at this point, but just got to do what you got to do it right the first time. All right, so I've been putting in plenty of work into this dash. I'm just painted the back side with matte black. Yeah, the back looks really good now. It was more for rust prevention, not really looks, but we're gonna do probably 1 or 2 more coats on the back, flip it over, and then finish the front up. Alrighty, guys, front is all prepped. As you can see, there's one little hole now. It's annoying, but I'm kind of over it. So I'm using this paint. So it's primer and paint. So you can kind of, if you don't like the look, you give it a little scuff, sand it again, do it again. So this stuff's easy to work with. So that's why I use it so much. I've used it on every part on this Bronco. Guys, check it out. So this is like 3 coats. Looks so good. Like you can see, I didn't even prep it like as best as I could, but like this is perfect for me. This is awesome. Those holes are gone. You can just see that one there. Let's throw a sticker over that section. Well, maybe a car fleet one, just so we can cover some stuff up. Man, she's mean. Cleaned up the dash pad. Threw all this stuff on. This still needs to be double-sided taped, but this is all on. Look how good this thing looks. Like from before and after, that's insane. So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking apart the inside of the dash furthermore. I just cleaned this up, This is the e-brake assembly. So I just, I have the new e-brake cable here, so I'm gonna throw it in. And then 2 bolts, guys. 2 bolts, this comes off. And I'm just gonna be cleaning this all up. We're gonna clean it up, lube everything. It does work, but I got the new cable and it has to go in. So I'm just figure that out and then throw it in. You guys check out the inside here. So I've been working on the inside. Just took some stuff out. We're trying to clean this side up. Trying to paint whatever we can. As you can see, I painted that side, that black there, and I painted that thing. I took it all apart. That side doesn't have as much to it. So yeah, you can see I painted that. I painted down there as well. I painted the bottom of the door. So we're kind of working our way to make this thing looking mint. Basically, I'm just gonna, I need to like wipe all this stuff. It's so dirty. This whole truck is so dirty. Like every little piece that I take apart is just covered in filth. Like look at this. All this dirt and stuff. I had to take handfuls of clumps out of there. Like it's just nasty. So there's still lots to do in the interior, but the bulk is almost gone, which is good. I just took everything out. So all this stuff was out. I've just been starting to put it back in. You can see it's all clean now. Yeah, it's all painted now. The whole back of the dash is mint. I painted the side there. I painted the e-brake whole assembly. So that's rust proof now. It's gonna go back in soon. I just have to snipe that hole with the e-brake, so it's kind of annoying, but as you can see, it looks really good. I'm really happy with the progress right now. Painted the top here too. I had all this out and I'm like, you know what? If I'm this far into it, I might as well buy a new wiper motor. I couldn't find one for the life of me. So I was like, okay, well, before I put it back together, let's see if this thing works. So I put the key on, and sure enough, it works. So we have working wipers. And that's where we're gonna end it. We did a lot of painting. Dash is mint. Like probably the mintiest thing I've ever painted in my life. And yeah, progress, guys. We'll keep going. Lots more to do. Thank you guys so much for following the build. If you enjoy the build, guys, leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see how this Bronco turns out. We're getting close here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Peace.